legend was forged on a bitter cold morn by the clerks and the caterers of Ottawa, who had weathered the blight of truck horns in the night and decided they'd answer with drama. Oh, the tale was soon told of the timid and bold who assembled with phones and with lanyards at Billings Bridge Lane, where they'd valiantly reign as defenders of good, proper standards. Now the truckers, you see, were a rude company with a taste for defying decrees there. They had come with their signs and their half-frozen minds, and insufficient respect for the priesthood of experts and mayors. Well, the people inside the besieged little hive had been nursing their grievances dearly, for the peasants had dared to say nobody cared for the rules they obeyed quite so clearly. So they poured through the ward with performative ardor and expressions appropriately grave, yes, to blockade a few rigs and grow suddenly big on the thrill of pretending they're brave, yes. And the tweets they went up as they puffed themselves up with the language of war and resistance. Though no fortress was stormed and no tyrant was harmed, just commuters indulging existence. There was Joel in the mix with his earnest old tricks, like a man born to caption a photo. If a lens came his way, he'd be ready to say he had stood where the great currents flow to. Oh, the battle was dire, full of civic faux fire and of slogans impeccably curated. Every mitten and scarf cried, "We've done something hard," though the risk was theatrically stated. And the convoy men stood while the neighborhood would demand flags and the fuel can surrender, like a schoolyard regime staging virtue routine for a crowd of the smug and the tender. Then the tale made the rounds in the polite little towns, where they toasted this deed over Pinot. How democracy's flame had been saved by the same who can't stand when the masses say no. So remember it well, how the castle folk tell of the day they were cast as the saviors, when a roadside delay was transfigured that day into myth about noble behavior. Now history's kind to the pompous in time, if they're diligent shaping the story. But some still recall it was cosplay for adults who mistook self-regard for real glory. And the legend lives on every time they break dawn with a panel, a plaque or a briefing. For the battle, they say, saved the city that day from the horror of political dissenting.